Hello Capricorn, this is Kate from Clear Blue Tarot with a reading for you today for your birthday, and it's the last reading I'm doing for 2020, so here we go. We're going to jump right in. Got a lot of fairy cards all down the center of the Celtic cross, and it's a really interesting combo. In the very center, representing you at this moment, you have Mike the Myomancer with Epona's Wild Daughter, crossed by Lais the Moon's Daughter. So you can see these three together, the two daughters on either side of Mike the Myomancer, this one being a challenge and this one being the one you're in. I'll explain what that's all about. Mike the Myomancer is kind of like the detective of the fairy oracles, where he tells you to look for omens and symbols and signs and kind of look around through the world as you're going about your day to notice, like for instance, a movie will pop up randomly that you decide to watch on YouTube, and you watch it and it has so much significance to what you're going through right now. It's this epiphany from watching this film. Or you're asking a question in your head and you happen to drive by a sign on the side of a building, or the sign on the side of a truck, or a license plate that gives you the exact answer. So these types of things. So his energy is helping you as you're in this Epona's Wild Daughter energy. And Epona's Wild Daughter is all about kind of nightmares, despair, something really hard, something that you're struggling with, a riddle of life that has you feeling negative emotions of sadness or fear or despair. And she's there to kind of help you figure out this riddle of why you are feeling this way and get back to balance. And then Lais the Moon's Daughter is all about the epiphanies and the enlightenment that come as you realize what is true. So it's like Epona's Wild Daughter is showing you a lot of what is like the shadow, what's not in the light. And then Lais the Moon's Daughter is waiting for you to embrace her energy, which is to open you up to the beauty and the joy and the love and the gifts. But she also is like a riddle. She sometimes can confuse you too. So you've perhaps been in a lot of confusion using this Mike the Myomancer energy to try and figure out some sort of riddle of yourself as you're doing your self-work. And you're very grounded. You have Faf the Footer in your foundation, so that shows that you have been doing the work of grounding while you're exploring in this realm. In your recent past, you have the Three of Pentacles, which means that you were working hard and maybe you've gotten into some sort of more space now. You know, these are timeless readings, but this particular time, if you are watching it at this moment, we're in still kind of a lockdown. So everything's been more boring. There's been less opportunity to go out and about. And maybe in the past you had more work and you were doing more to keep yourself occupied, and you've entered into this period now of the boredom necessary to do this kind of inner work, psychological work, spiritual work on your inner self. So your near future, you have the Elephant Spirit, which talks about learning from the past. And what this card really says and represents in a beautiful way about learning from the past is that it's saying you can create your own story about your history. Like, what do you want to say you came from? What do you want to project about your past? You know, you can learn from the shadowy aspects, but there's so much more richness to your past than those things. So as you work through these shadows of what you received as ingredients from your past, maybe you want to focus, as you head into this energy of Lais the Moon's Daughter, you want to focus more on learning how you can inspire people with some of your history, or how you can pick out some real gems out of your past and use those to represent who you are, rather than, you know, talking about all the difficult things that you've experienced. You're crowned by the Pook, and there was something about this in this description that I wanted to read out loud. It may be time for us to make a reality check on the good, bad labels we put on things. Make a list of the good about the situation and another list about the bad. If you're not in the habit of seeing the good in the bad and the bad in the good, having preferred a black and white world rather than one with colors, you may need some help in learning to do this well. So that seemed like it was tying in with these daughters in the center and this elephant, kind of saying, can you see the possibilities of looking at the world in full color, looking at the world as a kaleidoscope of overlapping experiences, rather than focusing on these nightmarish ones that have maybe preoccupied you and you've been trying to shake off, but you, in doing so, are maybe a little too focused on, giving a little bit too much credence to this negativity. So it's saying to open your eyes to more of the ingredients, more of the good parts, and even like it says, seeing the good in the bad. Like, what did you learn? What did you become because you went through those struggles and those difficulties? So inside of yourself right now, you have the Two of Swords, which it looks like you're making some sort of decision to cut something out, which could be this negativity, these nightmares. You're trying to kind of get out of that confusion and that negativity, and you're making a decision to remove that. And how people are seeing you on the outside is the King of Pentacles. So you're looking real solid. Maybe this grounding is serving you well, and you're showing solidity to yourself right now, to the world, and a stability and a real grip on reality, a real grip on this world. No matter what's occurring, you're able to be mature and have a very well-developed masculine side. So what's happening on the what's happening in your hopes and fears position is the fairy godmother. So maybe you're hoping to have more manifestations. Maybe you're hoping to do this work to be able to get to that energy of the fairy godmother, where you are seeing the good and you're attracting more good because you attract what you are. So you're knowing this and you're trying to get more to that level of creation, drawing in the good things as the fairy godmother will do. And then your outcome here, I have the standstill card, which looks to me like exactly what we were talking about how this world was busy for you before, and now you've become into a little bit of a standstill place where you are able to have space. Like if you look at this card, this figure is seated very peacefully with all this light around it. So if you use this opportunity of the life around you having become more of a standstill, seeing it as a benefit, then you will be able to use that to grow and expand your spirit. And then I confirmed that with these two cards. I got the Bee and the Two of Cups. So it looks like you're going to be coming into either a partnership or a union or a team, because the Bee represents team, more of like the democratic way. So it could be you're going to partner up with someone to create a team. Maybe you're going to open a business and you're going to team up with a business partner and then hire people that can be the busy bees that support you and this other person in coming together for either business or family or some project that you would need worker bees, that you would need a community, and you could work all as like a unit and a team like the bees. So that's what's going to manifest out of this standstill. Your angel cards that I got to talk about that, I got power, blessings, celebration, and support. So this indicates that your bees are not of only this world, but the support card shows that you do have a lot of support from divine intermediaries and guides and, you know, ascended masters, whoever you talk to in the spirit realm, whoever you welcome into your reality. So you do have this support, and that they will be guiding you towards celebration. Perhaps at the end of this standstill, there will be a big celebration of new power and blessings, which looks like a really auspicious way to end this time of deciphering the puzzles within you that have maybe made you in the past have a tendency towards nightmares or fears, and you're breaking free of that. So I pulled two cards accidentally, but they're both worthy of exploring, from the White Light Oracle to close off the reading. I got the Spirit Owl of 852 Hertz and the Pearl of Sharo. Okay, these two gorgeous cards. And I'm going to read a little bit about each of those to close off your reading here with a little spiritual note. In regards to the Spirit Owl of 852 Hertz, it says recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. So that's really supportive. That's kind of like the Mayamancer energy that's helping you with this issue. And it says 852 Hertz is a love-enhancing, freedom-generating frequency of the visionary. The third eye of the soul is the awakened inner eye which sees things as they are without fear, because there is knowledge that healing is possible. We are ready for such vision when our hearts are ready to be free. Then we are prepared to stop fantasizing, start creating, and act with more wisdom because we have more clarity. Okay, so again, perfect card to clarify the center, what's going on for you. And then the Pearl of Sharo is a very spiritual card. It's a very high vibrational energy of this card. It says, taking responsibility for your experiences empowers you. You are going to resolve an issue through spiritual inspiration and higher guidance. You will rise up in full connection to your spirit and allow a wealth of divine treasure. That which has brought darkness into your world shall submit to the light and be transformed. Have courage and commitment to your awakening, for you are a precious being and can go far in the spiritual path this lifetime. This oracle has emerged in your reading because you have the capacity to become a light bearer. Safeguard your energy, yet trust that the light within is strong enough to see you through any struggle and eventually transform it into a precious pearl of sacred empowerment. You have wisdom in your divinely alchemical heart. You shall arise with dignity. So there's a healing process I'm going to end with, if you'd like to do it with me. Place one hand on your heart. Feel your connection to yourself in this present moment. When you are ready, say the following aloud. I assume full responsibility for myself and my life path. I call upon the enlightened heart of the universe to assist me to manifest my divine potential through grace, mercy, and love for the greatest spiritual benefit of all beings. Sense the wisdom and power of your heart. It has the ability to guide you from within and to receive infinite wisdom and healing energies from the universe. Sense that although you walk your own path, you are not alone. Finish the process by again connecting your hand to your heart and feeling what it would be like for you to only make choices that resonated with your heart. You have completed your healing process. Yeah, so So be aware of how things feel in your heart. How does it make you feel in your heart to do certain things? Use your heart as your guide. If something is gentle in your heart, if something feels a connection to love, then it's a right choice. If something is scary, use this puzzle piece, signs and omens type of investigative work to figure out why you're having that feeling, and if there's some past memory that's causing this, or if it is the current circumstance that you're realizing is not a good choice for you. Go there and release and calm yourself into this beauty of love and light that your heart wants to be in at all times, and just bring yourself back there. So that's your message, Capricorn. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's, and I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.